All right, fellas, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Trenches, playoff edition. We got the full gang back today for the first time in a while.
Mm.
I'm your host, Big
Mm.
Mike, on the Big Mike and LittleAnt channel, and we got the full panel. Let's go around. We got Jeff,
It was good. It's
Jordan,
good.
You, it's good to have everybody
Ravi,
back.
mhm,
What's up?
and Tobi.
Yo.
Yo, so this is the second round of the playoffs. We're gonna get into and talk about. Before we talk about that, just a little news from the NFL. Urban Meyer got the job with the Jaguars, and just want to talk about that since it did happen. And what are your thoughts on that? Was it a good job for him, and can he turn them around? What you think, Jordan? Because you're the college
Um,
football expert on the show. So
College guru.
I mean, I'm a big Urban Meyer fan. Won a national championship with Ohio State. We know what he did at Florida. Second best college coach in history, next to Saban. So you feel me? They're gonna listen to him. He got a championship pedigree. So he gonna get Trevor Lawrence. Jacksonville has some decent pieces. They got a running back. They probably need to go get one more wide receiver, but they got some decent wide receivers. They got some pieces on defense. Trevor Lawrence, I think, is gonna easily get them 6 wins, 5 wins next year. You know what I'm saying? Which is better than this year. So, you know what I'm saying? I think it was good. But I will say this: in the light of you saying all this with your question in regards to the coaching, that they've been talking about. I don't know if we're gonna get into it later, but black coaches getting the opportunities and all that. And they talked about nobody wants to bring up any, with black coaches, they bring up stuff from the past. If you get that little scandal that Urban Meyer had at Ohio State, I don't know if you want to call it a scandal, but he knew
Mhm.
and he didn't open his mouth. But that hasn't been brought up one time.
Mm,
You feel what I'm saying?
good point.
I think he'll be all right coach for them. Good hire, but on that tip, still stuck in the same bullshit.
yeah, it's definitely messed up, man. I mean, the Rooney Rule is one thing, but if you just interviews, not really getting coaching jobs, stuff like that. So it'd be some BS.
Heard
But
up.
Jeff, what do you think about Urban Meyer and the Jags and what he could do for them?
I think he'll bring some fresh air because him and Trevor Lawrence are coming and they'll be tied together forever and they'll be linked together. I don't think the Jacksonville job was that attractive, really, besides the number one pick. So them getting, Urban Meyer to come versus Eric Bieniemy going there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the expectation. So Urban Meyer just has to be careful he doesn't make it some sort of like pony show, and he doesn't have the little baby and coddling thing because these grown men, like, you know what I'm saying, you lose the locker room real fast, and favoritism ain't really a big thing in the NFL as we see, because coaches who do that end up losing their jobs. So we'll see. I have yet to have a grade letter for this one. I'm not sure. I hope Trevor Lawrence is as good as they say he is, because Jacksonville needs some hope down there.
All right, Toby, what you think, bro?
It was a good hire. I mean, it's Urban, but he's a college coach, and the difference between college and the NFL is basically the way you talk to the players. So I feel like when he get in there, we're gonna see, I guess, relatively early, how the team, I guess, adjusts to him. So until we see that, then we really don't know. Other than that, Urban is a good coach, one of the best college coaches of all time. So for Jacksonville, it was a good hire because they needed somebody new in there. And before that, what was the coach they had before? Not the one that they just fired, but the one before that. Was it Jack Del Rio? I think it was.
Yeah,
He
that was
was
a while ago
that
though.
was a while ago. That was like maybe like
It was Gus
three.
Bradley, wasn't it? I thought the Seattle defensive dude wasn't he there?
They had so many.
There was so many, but I remember they had Jack Del Rio, and they was pretty good under him. I don't think you should have fired him, but
Del Rio actually
this
not
it
bad.
is
He be getting
he's
slept
not
on.
bad.
Not bad.
They've been running through coaches recently ever since around that time. So hopefully this they experiment with him for some years, even if it doesn't go right this year. They're gonna get a rookie quarterback, and hopefully it works out.
Robbie, what you think about Urban going there and what he could do from it as far as turning them around?
Um, so situation wise, I mean, he's going into probably the best situation in the league. Um, he's got first overall pick. I think they have a ton of cap space, good young core. But I'm always hesitant with the college coaches. Obviously, some are good, most are not. So I mean, I think it's a good hire, but like to Jordan's point, I think the NFL needs to they have a head coaching diversity issue. I think 5 out of the 7 head coaches were hired, and none of them were black. So I think that's a bigger conversation that the NFL needs to focus on, because I think 80% of the players are black.
Yeah.
Not saying that, I mean, obviously Urban could work out. I don't see them winning the Super Bowl anytime soon anyway, but he could also just be awful and be enemy not getting an interview or whatever,
Yeah, I mean it does suck. 80% of the players are black, but 100% of the owners are white. So what are not black, I should say. So what happens there is that it's a hard time for us to get the jobs and stuff like that and get in those positions. Where Urban, though, he's a good coach, like y'all said. Like he always turns people around. Trevor Lawrence is the can't miss quarterback on the likes of Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck in the last 25 years. And like Ravi said, they got $100 million in cap space. So, with that, I think they got 2 or 3 picks in this draft, maybe not just the one.
Yeah,
I think,
so.
right?
So.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Yes,
I think
so
so.
they definitely got the building blocks. You got the cap space, you got the quarterback, you got the draft picks, and you already know
I
how
think
it
they
goes.
have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds.
4 picks first, yeah, there you go, and stuff like that. So and like Jordan said, they got a little bit of talent there already. So it could be a 1-year turnaround. I could see them winning 8, 9 games or whatever. To be honest with you, if they spend the money right, if they draft the right players, obviously. And then we'll see what Trevor got. I mean, but if he's that good, look what Justin Herbert did this year. And if they're saying Lawrence is better than Herbert, then who knows what can happen. And as we know, you definitely want to try to win within the first 3 to 4 years while your quarterback is under that salary and whatnot. So we're gonna see really quick, I think, first 2 years how it was. But I think it was a good hire. So we will see about that. But speaking of quarterbacks, is a good segue. And Deshaun Watson, and he's still upset and wants to be out, and now is making more waves about it. So if he did leave, what team you think should try and trade for him? Jeff, what do you think?
I think the Oakland Raiders should try to trade for him. That's the one player we need. He'd be such a game changer. Like, come on, that would totally elevate our offense to a whole nother level. And we got young talent on defense. We should go for it. Bring Deshaun to Vegas. Let's go.
How good would y'all be if y'all got Deshaun, you think?
Oh, come on, man. We go compete with Mahomes. It ain't gonna be just walking through the division no more. We get Deshaun Watson. Like, we basically, our positions are built kind of exactly the same. A star tight end, a speedy wide receiver. We actually better than him at running back if Jacobs returns back to his form. The problems that we have on defense and our offensive line is really good as well. So we got Aguilar. I'm not saying he's going to be outperforming the contract he's probably going to garner, but if he gave us what he gave us this year, all right, then you put the guy Ruggs in there. All right, you got Waller. We built kind of the same.
All right. Hold on, that made me laugh with that one. But Toby, what you think, man?
Not that. Don't look at the names though. Just look at the.
I'm not.
The abilities.
I'm not. But Toby, what you think, man? Who's trying to get him, man? Outside of the Raiders.
The Jets, they got the number 2 pick.
Yeah.
So I'll probably send Darnold and that pick for Watson or something. Or even if I'm the Jaguars, I mean,
really,
Trevor Lawrence, but I got Deshaun Watson we know what he is already,
Right.
So, and they have weapons in Jacksonville, wide receivers, have a running back. So either one of those teams I feel like might make the move. I was watching TV today, they were talking about those two. So it makes sense to me that maybe, especially the Jets should definitely do it. Got Darnold there, get him out of there. Get Darnold out.
I like the Jags better than the Jets because Florida no state taxes.
Okay.
Pennywise, yeah. Makes sense.
And Texas isn't either, so he's used to that. And he'll still be in the same division. Excuse me.
You good, Robbie? What you think, bro? Who'd you try to get Deshaun?
I mean, the Raiders would be interesting, but I don't think that's realistic. I think the Jets have the most to offer. I think he'd be good in New York too, big market. And I think Darnold is a decent quarterback. So if they decide to make that trade, they'd get like a serviceable starter for the next couple of years.
All right, Jordan, bring me some information, bro. Give me the football information. What you think, man?
I mean, I think the Jets is the obvious choice just because of what they can offer. They got the second overall pick, but I don't even like that. Honestly, I think a team like Washington, team like San Francisco, who is just play. You feel what I'm saying? Those teams are ready to win now. They're missing the QB. We already know what San Fran did with Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what I'm saying? So you put somebody like Deshaun, who we talk about in the caliber of like, you know what I'm saying, top 5, you know what I'm saying, top 5, arguably top 3 guys in the league. Like I say, trigger. Any team's gonna try to. I think any team's gonna. If you don't got Mahomes or Rodgers, you probably want Deshaun Watson anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying, or the top 5 guys. So you're gonna want to do it regardless. But I like Washington the most. Even I can't believe I'm even saying that shit. But the way they're built, you know what I'm saying? I like Washington a lot. They should try to go for that.
Okay. I mean, I like that. I love San Francisco for him. I also think Chicago wouldn't be a bad spot for him and stuff like that. The defense they got, I think they got some weapons and whatnot, and I think that he could run, you know, like he could run the NFC North for many years to come with Rodgers getting older and stuff like that and whatnot. So I could see him in Chicago as well. And I feel like he would fit in Chicago for some reason. But obviously, Jeff, I know you're a homer, so you would love to go to the Raiders and whatnot. But
Yeah,
I also said that you don't believe in Carr either, Jeff. So
I've been telling y'all this all year. Like, I'm just not so on Carr. Like, we need a QB.
I'll say the only reason why I don't like the Jets is because, like, I don't think Darnold is bad. They just, I mean, I really don't think Sam Darnold. If you can put some pieces around Sam Darnold can be a capable starting quarterback in the league compared to some.
You can say that about any quarterback, Jordan.
Nah, you can't.
Put some pieces.
Nah,
I mean, you talking about put some pieces like you doing a fantasy
Nelson
draft
Aguilar
team.
ain't that piece. So.
You can't, bro. You can't say that about.
He wasn't that bad under Derek Carr.
No, he wasn't. He was
Derek
good.
Carr's light years better. Come on, don't say that. That's
Then who? Wentz?
Bro,
Then Carson Wentz. Come on, bro. It's not even. It's not even controversial.
But Sam Darnold, I think, with a good team with some pieces around him, can be a serviceable quarterback, a serviceable NFL quarterback, a top half, in my opinion. He's got talent. They just haven't had any talent. But they're gonna have to. They go get Deshaun Watson. They're gonna give him number 2 overall pick. They're gonna continue to pay on Deshaun Watson's contract when they got to use that money to go and get other pieces to build the team. You're paying.
Let me get Tobi's thoughts. What do you think about Sam Darnold, man? Can he be good or is he
what?
Sam Darnold is not that bad. He's not horrible.
Okay.
There's worse quarterbacks.
You just say get him out of there. Just
get him out of New York. Get him out of New York. Lights are too bright for him in New York. But he could go somewhere else like Houston and be decent. I mean, he's not the best in the world, but he's solid.
Right. That's what I'm saying, right? Solid.
I don't know. I don't like New York for him because of the
there's
fact
a lot
that
of guys who are like talent-wise at the quarterback position who can't do it. Like,
I mean, you know what? To your point, Jordan, we could look at Tannehill and hit what happened in Miami and now in Tennessee. So sometimes
you know what I'm saying? Like around some pieces, he gonna be nice.
I think I said that 2 weeks ago. But okay.
You're talking about Darnold. What are you talking about? We're talking about Darnold.
I did about Darnold. You're right.
Anyway, let's move forward, man. Let's get back to coaching for a second. So, as of what's remaining, what is the best remaining head coaching job you think somebody should take out of all the teams who are looking? And then we'll talk about you, Jordan, and y'all crazy ass search right now. but
Ravi, can you hit us with the list of teams, Ravi? It sounds like you know them already.
Two teams that are looking for a coach, and that is the Texans and the Eagles. So it's a pretty easy answer here. It's the Texans.
Wow, everybody else filled spots.
Everybody else is filled. What about the
That was super quick.
What about the Chargers? Who they got that quick?
Lions.
Chargers
They got
picked
the
the
Rams
defensive
defensive coordinator.
coordinator.
Oh, that
Yeah.
happened too fast then. Okay.
Everything
That was
happened too
fast.
All right.
fast.
So the
Yeah,
question
it
is
was
now,
quick.
who's the better job, the Texans or the Eagles? Then what's the question? That's it. Oh, whatever.
Oh, Texans, and it's not even close.
I'm going to.
Because
I'm
if
going
they
with
get the right
Eagles.
hire, Deshaun Watson might want to stay, even, you know. Or if not, they're going to
True.
get a large haul for him anyway. So
Toby, what you say?
True.
I'm going with the Eagles because the if with Deshaun Watson is an if he wants to stay. The Eagles, you just have to figure out the quarterback situation and then sign
The
players.
biggest situation.
Sign players that's not washed, like and old and beat up. Get new linemen.
So just a
Texans-
little.
That's a
just a
whole
little perspective
rebuild you
before
just
we
Okay,
get
but
to
the
named.
it.
Texans on a rebuild. Last year they just traded. I mean, this past season, before the season started, they traded away their best receiver.
So you know what they got for them
now
players?
Deshaun Watson is going.
Picks.
They're just a bad organization. I'm
So that
going with a
segues
better
right into
organization.
me, Mike. That segues right
Hey,
into
Jeff,
me,
go
right
ahead.
I'm going
from
with a
him.
better organization.
The better job is the Houston Texans. They got all those draft picks for D-Hop last year. If they trade Watson, they'll get a bunch of draft picks. This coach coming in will come in and he can build his own from foundation ground up and go ahead. And the NFC South, AFC South isn't that great. You got the Jaguars; they're not going to be that good. The Texans, okay, are the Texans. That's what we're talking about. Who else? You got
Yeah,
the
he mentioned
Colts.
the Colts.
We don't know what's going to happen with the Colts with Phillip Rivers. And then you got the Titans, of course. You know they got their quarterback solidified up. So the Texans is the better position, if you ask me. You could either have Deshaun Watson and the picks from D Hop, or have all the luxury of picks coming your way in the buffet style.
Jordan, I like your take though, Jeff. What's the better job, Texans or your
I mean,
Eagles?
I'm not gonna disagree with you, Jeff. And when you put it that way, yeah, I mean, it would make sense. But you, as a GM or coach coming into that job, should be trying to keep Deshaun Watson because they're already built. I would say the Houston Texans are better built to build around Deshaun Watson than what the Eagles can do around Carson Wentz. Because one, Deshaun Watson
I
is one. I
disagree
mean,
because I
he's the
think the
better.
Eagles have a lot of dead money coming up. I mean, or money coming off coming up, like
Oh no.
D-Jack, Alshon.
You-
That money ain't coming
They
off.
don't. I don't think they
I mean,
do.
eventually, I think in 2 years they'll be better. But this
Yeah,
year
I
and
don't
next
think
year,
they
like
do.
this year, they're not going to be able to sign any free agents.
Well, I'm
That's
saying,
what I'm saying.
if they unload Wentz, they'll come up on what 30
They're
million.
not doing
They'll-
that.
they'll
They just
cost
In 2
some
years,
money.
in two, it's going to cost them 2 years. 2 years
Yeah.
of cap hit.
And they just picked,
So
they
no
picked
matter
Carson
what,
Wentz
trade
over
him?
you're gonna. Even if you trade him, it's a dead cap for 2 years.
Oh, man.
So it's
So,
like it is a nasty situation,
Again,
and that's why I don't think
Houston
like
is the
anyone's
best
gonna want to come.
That's what I'm saying. I think Houston is still the better job because I mean they have more. They have more to build with going forward, especially if you keep Deshaun Watson. Like Deshaun, like I don't know if anybody remembers this. They were in the AFC Championship game last year. Remember that?
Yeah, you know, they one player away and a bunch of coaches
You know
and
what I'm
other
saying?
players.
Like the Texans were in the AFC Championship game.
Oh,
last
and they were up 10-0, right? Weren't
they
they
were up. They were up. No, they were up 28.
24-0
They were up 24-0.
Right. That's crazy.
in the
Like
first
that's,
quarter.
you know what I'm saying. And then Pat Mahomes did Pat Mahomes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Only quarterback that we can say can go toe to toe with Pat Mahomes is only a couple guys:
Yeah.
Watson, Allen, and Rodgers. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know about Allen. You tripping on that?
I don't know about Allen either, but I'll give
No,
you the Watson. I'll give
he's
you
got him there right now.
Rodgers.
No, I mean he's got him there right now. I just saying like in talent wise.
He had to have like the game of his life to be Josh Allen.
No. I
in a
get what
game
you're
with
saying,
Patrick
but
Mahomes.
to me, I'm talking about just like upper echelon of quarterbacks. Those are the guys. Like
Yeah.
he just in the AFC Championship game last year, and now they went.
Okay.
So you're gonna say
11 for
so
112.
you're gonna say the Texans then?
Yeah.
And I'll go with the Texans too. I don't know. Toby's tripping, but I'm gonna go with the Texans too. I think the Eagles are all over the place with that stuff. But with that being said,
Right.
their Eagles, like who are they hiring? They're interviewing everybody, like you said, everybody and their grandmother.
Like right, Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like I'm waiting for my fucking call. Still,
I heard that.
like
I wonder what they're
I don't-
telling the people.
Like
Go ahead, Jordan.
Like, what's the turnoff?
I'm-
What's turning people off?
I'm
Like,
okay with
hey,
them interviewing as
hey,
many
they wanna
people as
keep
they want,
Wentz.
though, because I'd rather them get the right
Nah.
but
candidate.
that means that did you know what that means? They don't have a plan
You had no one
They
in
don't have a
mind
plan.
anyway
They
from
don't
the
know what they
beginning, and
want
you
to
knew this
do.
was
So now they're stuck because they don't have a plan. They don't. If like tell
no,
me that
no,
Jeffrey
no.
Lurie
Wait, time out.
when they
Time
you
out.
can't tell me that when he fired him, right? You can't even sit here and tell me that wasn't his plan. A week, 2 weeks, he been thought about this shit.
Yeah.
He been thought
No,
about.
I disagree.
I think
I
Deuce Taylor.
disagree.
I
This
think
shows that he
No
they should
doesn't.
way.
Deuce.
This
There's
shows
no
that he did
way.
the firing in an emotional standpoint, if you ask me, because look,
And
he had no plan. There was nobody
that's what
like
I just
they just
said.
bringing everybody. Oh, okay. I
That's
thought
what I
you
just
said he
said.
did. I thought you said he
no.
did have it
I said
planned.
he has no. Them doing all this shows that he had no plan. He has
Oh
no
yeah.
plan to know where he wants to go. But the thing is, you should have had one because when you fired him, you can't tell me you didn't think you can't tell me that you woke up that day and said, "Oh yeah, you know what? Today's the day. I'm just deciding I'm gonna fire this guy." There's no way in
All right.
hell.
All right. Well,
Been thought about that
out
shit.
of who
He
they
thought
inter-
about that shit when they was losing games.
out of who they interviewed so far, do you like anybody in particular, or who you think they might want to pick? So,
I did like Salah, but he went to the Jets. And they interviewed. I don't. How the fuck did they interview all these people? What, 30-minute interviews? All these fucking people. Like, how long are these interviews? All these people.
Flying them
How
out.
long? Like, right. So I like Bieniemy, obviously. You feel what I'm saying?
what about your boy Deuce Staley? No,
I like Deuce. I think they should go with
Get the
Deuce.
fuck out
I
of here.
thought
man.
about that.
Ravi, you like Deuce?
Yeah, I mean everyone
For what?
praising him. I don't know what his coaching
He's
ability
been
is,
on
but
a staff for so long. He's been under
yeah,
And he's
regimes that
had
honestly,
all
and if they
mediocre
can't, if they
running
can't find
backs.
the,
Miles
it shouldn't
Sanders
take this
can't hold
long.
on to
They're
the
interviewing
ball if you tape
everybody.
it to him.
Like, just give it to Deuce. Let's see how it goes. If not, you can get rid of him.
how long Miles Sanders been in the league? 2 years.
Yeah.
This is third year. It'll be a
This
third
is
year.
third year.
I mean, this
I
is
mean,
the
come on,
second
man.
year,
Tiki
but
Barber had a fun problem all the way up like half
Tiki
his
Barber
career.
Tiki Barber was Tiki Barber. They ain't the same.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the
I
same.
mean,
They
look,
ain't
we
the
ain't
same.
year
They ain't the
3.
same.
Relax.
Like
Ain't the same.
Tiki Barber was
Relax.
like all pro.
I think he's
Like
gonna be
they're not the
good.
same. Tiki Barber
I
was a
know this
great
kid has
quarterback.
potential.
All
I
right.
don't know
Well,
if he has
what about
potential.
before I move on? What about McDaniels? I heard him been thinking about him or whatever like that.
I mean, if he's
Hell
gonna,
no.
yeah, I mean, right. That's not like Carson Wentz. That's who they need to find a coach that will be able to gel with Carson Wentz. Really, Lurie picked Wentz over Doug, so they want what's best for Wentz. So they need to find a coach that will be able to tailor to his skills, run the offense that he wants to run. If McDaniels is going to come in there and try to implement what he wants to do, it's not going to work, and that's going to be like that for any coach. So they need to find a coach that will mesh well with Wentz. I guess do what he wants to do because this is what they've created for him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you don't like McDaniels, Ravi? Ravi.
Not even a little bit.
yeah,
He
and
was
didn't
horrible
he get his
in-
chance as a head coach?
Yeah, he
was in
did.
Denver. Yeah.
He got his chance as a head coach. Saw
Hey,
that
he picked Tim Tebow, bro.
He didn't
He's
pick him.
terrible.
You saw
He
that way,
didn't.
right?
No, that was John Elway who picked Tim
That
Tebow.
was Elway,
Elway.
but
Yeah.
beat y'all.
Oh, come on, man. You hear that? Tobi bringing up. He got one lucky throw off a bad coverage. That was on Mike Tomlin.
Right.
Whatever. Oh, no.
Mike Tomlin, man.
I know, right?
Yo, Toby, you gotta chill, man.
Yo, he's just so unprepared all the time, yo.
It made you think about that, right? That play, right? So
Yeah, like that shit was ridiculous.
I opened up some wounds real fast.
Mike Tomlin's ridiculous, man. That's all.
Anyway, moving on forward, man. Let's talk about this week in football, which is past, and the playoffs. So let's get on that. And the Saints versus Bucks. That was kind of the biggest game of the week. You good, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
Okay, biggest game of the week, and the Bucks did win. So let's talk about the Bucks and how they won that game. Jeff, go right ahead, bro.
It was Brady-esque, honestly. It wasn't exciting. He did what he had to do. I'm more disappointed with the Saints. Like, that's how I look at it. I feel bad. Like, I'm not giving the Bucks enough credit. I'm just disappointed with the Saints. They just look bad. Like,
This is
Mike
regular
Thomas got
Saints.
0 catches. Like, wow, come on, bro. You all pro, bro. 0 grabs. You couldn't catch a bubble screen, something. Like, the Saints just look terrible. the Bucks just took advantage of the Saints' bad miscues, and it just is what it is.
All right, Jordan, give me some football on that. What you think about how the Bucks won that game, bro?
I mean,
Said some
classic
football
Tom Brady,
analysis.
being able to be in the game throughout the fourth. Game is tied up in the fourth. They got to the fourth, and it was Brady time. Brady performed. Breeze didn't. 3 picks. This is regular Saints shit. This is what they do. I read a stat. Saints throughout the 4 years have had 49 regular season wins. That's the most by any team that never made it to a Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
That's trash.
That's trash.
Yeah.
And it's simple. This is what they like to do. Sean Payton, such a genius, but geniuses are too
Smart themselves.
sometimes. He wants to just let it. He wants Breeze to do everything. Where was Kamara? Where was Kamara? He's your best player. I would best player. He's better than Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why did he get the ball 20 times? Why did he get the ball 25 times? But you Drew Brees, who came out before the game, apparently told somebody this was his last game. This is gonna be his last game.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. But as far as this game, Ravi, how do you think the Bucks won the game then?
Honestly, it's tough to game 3 times in a season.
Yeah.
Especially a division rival. Like they switched it up, and they just Bucks had a better game plan. They're better prepared.
It was tied up.
3 interceptions by the old man doesn't help. And I mean, I felt like Kamara did get. I think he had 21 or 22 touches.
He third.
So they did give the ball in their best playmakers' hands. It was just they're playing for the 3rd time this season. It's almost impossible to win.
All right, that's cool. We'll get back around. Tobi, what's your thoughts on the game?
I kind of knew that the Bucks were going to win that game because it was the 3rd time playing. Like everybody was saying, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. But remember all season, especially in the beginning of the season, I was saying Brady was washed. But in all reality, it was Breeze who was washed. You know, Breeze who was washed. Brady pulled the okie doke on me. Breeze is the one that's washed. He's done. His time is done. So he really couldn't do it. The Bucks defense stepped up. He threw it to them. They caught it. They set up Brady in good positions to score. He did not turn over the ball. 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and that was the difference in the game. He didn't have those turnovers, and that's the reason they're there now. They're going to the NFC Championship game. He's the GOAT.
Well, we can say that was the worst take of the year that he was washed from this.
That didn't age well.
Yeah, not at all. We're gonna do that next
He
year.
never does.
The worst take of the year. Before I think it was Ravi saying the Rams go 8-8 and wind up in the Super Bowl, but now we got another. Never gonna forget that one. But
that was a good one.
But no, so I think that a lot of what you said was right. You're also not giving a lot of credit to the running game. I think Ronald Jones and who's the Fournette, right? Yeah, I thought they ran the ball really, really good, especially in the second half of the game. And they set up Brady for a lot of that play action that he likes to do. The defense, of course, played well, and they made timely plays. That Winfield Jr., he's nice. He's up and coming. And he's gonna be a really good player. And I remember his dad. That wasn't that long ago, whatever like that. Because I had his dad on the fantasy team, 10 years ago, something like that. So it's crazy, but he's nice. And that one play he made when Cook had to fumble, that was the turning point, I thought, and whatnot. And people keep saying, why he keep on so many teams? He's a good player, a good tight end. That's why. He makes stupid plays and fumbles and stuff like that. So I thought that was a turning point. I also think what Jordan said is true about Sean Payton. He's supposed to be this genius, but he often outcoaches himself. And I don't think he worries about the offense. I think he worries about the offense too much, and he don't worry about the details a lot and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, Ravi, he got the ball, he got 25 touches, but it's timing. It's knowing when to ride him or not ride him. It's
yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Breeze threw the ball 34 times, and it's like, damn, I didn't even fucking realize he had 25. Kamara had 25 touches. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, it's just I don't know. They had
the ball a lot, man.
All right, well Let's segue into the next question, because next question was, now where do the Saints go from here, and is it actually time for Breeze to retire? So go ahead, Tobi. You're shaking your head. Yes,
I mean, yeah, he's done. I mean, they already said that. He said that he's most likely done. So from here, they go into camp with Jameis Winston and the running back that they have as a quarterback, and Jason. Like I said, and Jameis to win that that starting job. And he had that one pass in the game that was a touchdown. That looked better than any pass I've seen from the Saints that whole game. That was the best pass of the day.
That was.
So going forward, you got Jameis. You got a quarterback that's still, pretty young, and try to, help him stop with the turnovers, and he'll be good.
What do you think, Ravi? Would you keep Jameis or try to get somebody else in there if Breeze retires?
Honestly, let Jameis run around with him for a year. I truly don't think he's a bad quarterback. He just makes horrible decisions a couple times a game. And I think Sean Payton can help him with that. But I think he deserves it. He was the first overall pick. Like, he should get a second chance and to be a starter.
Okay, and I heard you already. Well, I know you're already on Jameis, Jordan. So, if that's your thoughts, where they go from here?
No,
what else do they need besides quarterback after Breeze leaves? So,
bro, I don't know. Like, they don't. Like,
I actually think just quarterback.
I'll say they're like, I mean, you don't know what you're gonna get out of Jameis, but benefit of the doubt, like, I think next year they'll go into it. The offense is definitely gonna change a little bit with him being in there. Like, Drew Brees, like, you can ran anything, he can put the ball anywhere because he was just so accurate. I don't think that's gonna be Jameis. I think they're gonna run more a little bit, like, they're gonna run the ball a little bit more heavy action, do what he's good at. He's got a strong arm, he's got a cannon. They got guys who can get deep, Mayo Sanders. They got Michael Thomas. They still got Jared Cook. So probably do shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm excited though. I'm glad that he's about to get this chance with a good team. Like, this is the best team he's ever had. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I mean those Buccaneers teams weren't that. I mean, they were decent. I know just Brady just damn near took the same squad, but I mean, it took the same team.
I'm about to say that made no sense.
He was the reason they were bad, bro. He was the reason they were bad.
No, he was
right.
But they were,
man.
But they were like, they didn't always show up. Like,
he didn't always show up. He threw it to the other team. He threw it to the other team that showed up.
Every time they say Jameis Winston name, ESPN thing should come across and say 30 for 30.
Their offensive line, their offensive line wasn't that great. Like, they wouldn't play that great. Like, it wasn't always his fault. Like, he made some shitty decisions. Definitely
30 of them.
30
but it wasn't always his fault. So I don't think it was always his fault.
All right.
You take half of those away. He's arguing.
Bro, that's a lot of take away.
His stats do the talking. His stats do the talking. I'm just saying his stats will do the talking. So I think Sean Payton's offense will be able to, like, and I think they'll tailor it a little bit more, but I think he'll be able to help him.
I can see if you said take 4 picks away. You said take 16 picks away. It's hilarious. I mean, anyway,
shit happens.
Jeff, what do you think they go from here, man? The Saints, stuff like that. After Breeze retires,
I think they are going to go with Jameis. I think it's a setup anyway, because they're going to have Jameis and then you're going to have Taysom Hill as the backup. And I think really they're in a bad place, honestly. I think Breeze will retire, but like, they really don't have a proven option on their team. Like, yeah, Winston played in the league, but bro, he just had Goodwin, Evans, all those cats in Tampa Bay and threw 30 interceptions. Like, granted, he threw 5,000 yards because they was down every game.
But yeah, I'm saying there's not a lot of guys that's going to throw for 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. I mean, so you can something like you gotta give him some credit for that. Like, I know you guys.
As many passing attempts as he took, and with the weapons he has,
bro,
like
shit. They weren't a complete team while he was there. Like,
bro, Jameis,
he made them really complete, bro. Like,
he didn't make
he made them really complete.
30 picks,
made them really complete. He brought veteran leadership. Everybody else tightened the fuck up, and they had their issues. And when Brady snapped, tighten the hell up. Just like
Yeah.
tighten the hell up to get to the NFC Championship.
Listen. He had a lot of yards because Bruce Arians airs it out. That's what he does.
That's what I'm
Or
saying.
whatever like
Right.
A lot of
that.
attempts.
But he also had a lot of picks
You
because
still got to throw the damn ball.
Hold on. Nah, to your point, he also had a lot of attempts because Bruce Arians airs it out. So I think Peyton will have more of those checkdowns to Kamara, more of those plays that might help him lower his pick. So I'll give you that. I still would bring somebody else in, just for competition wise or whatever, only because I really don't trust him as much and stuff. But if he can play decent, they could be right back, in the playoffs at least or whatever.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. They don't have like Jameis Winston was number 1 overall pick. Like they don't have like what where else are they gonna go? Like
they need like another running back. They were great when they had Kamara and Ingram.
Jordan,
they need an Ingram style back.
Jordan, they can always bring in Fitzpatrick, baby. They go,
oh my god!
No, Fitzmagic in the South with the voodoo. Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
Anyway,
do you agree Darnold's better than Fitzpatrick at least?
Nah, I can't agree with that. I can't.
Oh my god! Oh my!
Can't agree with that, bro. Stop looking at the college tape thinking that results to the pros, bro. That don't work.
The Fitzmagic put some nut ass voodoo on y'all because y'all tripping.
Bro, he's better than Darnold.
Yeah, I gotta go with Darnold.
Fitzpatrick is trash. Bro.
You gotta go Darnold?
No, I'm sorry. I gotta go with Fitzmagic on that one. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta go with Fitz on that.
Y'all got Darnold fucked up.
And I'm going with Nick Foles over Darnold just to let you know that too. Exactly. But
wow.
You see where Nick Foles is.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on forward back to last week. Ravens Bills in that game. The Bills won. Jeff, he kind of picked it. You know what I mean? Give him that. We all had the Ravens. Told y'all. But anyway, since you picked it, how the Bills won the game, Jeff?
With their blueprint of football. I mean, they ran the ball just to give it up. Josh Allen didn't have any turnovers, and he had a touchdown. Like, he had 2 touchdowns and 1 running touchdown?
No. Oh, my God.
No, because...
Go ahead.
We had 1-1, but I mean, for real, like, either way, they did what they had to do on defense. Lamar, I knew Lamar was going to fold eventually. It was only a matter of time before Lamar not be who everybody think he's going to be. He just fits the mold, man. All the quarterbacks that come through like this, they all have the same trajectory. I'm trying to tell you, I wouldn't be shocked next year. He might have a tough year next year, man.
All right, we'll get to Lamar. Let's focus on the Bills for now. Ravi, how the Bills win that game, you think?
Not to go back to Lamar, but I mean, he threw a pick inside the red zone.
Yeah,
that was the worst interception I've ever seen. Maybe aside from that 2004 Brett Favre one, Brian Dawkins, where he just gifted Dawkins the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, listen, that was a tight football game. It was easily winnable by the Ravens. But it came down to Lamar in the red zone, and he just couldn't deliver. Which his red zone stats are amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
But it opens that conversation again. I do think. I thought actually last week they would have lost if Vrabel didn't punt on that 4th and 2 or whatever.
That was dumb as hell, wasn't it? Oh,
that was so stupid. So I don't know. I mean, he's gonna get a big contract this year. We'll see. We'll get into that. I think.
Well, we got in the next topic. But what you thought about the game itself, Tobi? What do you thought?
Lamar Jackson. I mean, they shut him down when he doesn't run. It's pretty predictable of what's gonna happen. He's not running around. They're most likely gonna lose the game. I'm mad that he went out with the concussion though. It would have made like the 4th quarter more exciting. Possibly, I still think they would have lost. But the Bills played good enough defense. All they had to do was make sure he doesn't run, which they did very well, and they didn't turn the ball over. They had a okay offense, only 17 points. They usually put up way more points than that, but they did enough to get it done against Lamar.
They relied on their money. Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, he had a good game as well.
All right, Jordan, man, you've been turning over your seat over there. What you think, bro, about this game?
Listen, it's a little bit of a bad Lamar. It's a little bit of a bad coaching on the Ravens part, but this is not about good Bills.
All right.
They just held the 2nd best offense in the league to 10 points. They held them to 10 points. points.
So
They got a
got
touchdown
17.
off the.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was off the pick six. You feel me?
Yeah.
So they
I mean,
held
that
them
was
to
Buffalo Bills
they
blueprint
held them to 10
defense.
points. So
I mean,
like
look, man. No turnovers from Josh Allen. 100 yards from Diggs and a touchdown. They went to the money. They just went to their
yeah,
blueprint. They threw
right,
Diggs the
yeah,
ball, said, "Get us a
right.
touchdown." Josh
They only
Allen turned it
scored,
over.
bro. They didn't have. It wasn't like a crazy game. They only scored 10. Regardless of all that, that only touchdown was 10 points. You feel what I'm saying? That interception,
Yeah.
bro. If we go back to if we all sat back, right, and we watched every offensive possession from the Ravens this year, they've ran that play in the red zone every fucking game. That same play with that same player with that same route every fucking game.
And the
It's
only time
so-
it got disrupted was by the Bills, right?
I'm just saying, like they're predictable. They know Hollywood Brown's not a threat, so they're gonna double on Mark Andrews because you know that's their guy to go in the red zone with. Where's the creativity? They do need a number one wide receiver because they tried to let Hollywood Brown be that, and he's just not it. He'll be a good number two.
So
He's
okay, well let's move on to the Ravens and Lamar a little bit. So, because that's where y'all all going anyway. So, do you think the OC should be fired over there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think it's his fault?
Because I don't
Wow.
know. They do need to go get a number one wide receiver. If they go get a number one wide receiver, right, I'll give him one more shot. But a lot of the times it's just like it's the way you use guys. And Hollywood Brown did mention that not too long ago in the season. Like what did that quote? He said, "Why have soldiers if you're not using them?" Yeah, he's not all world. You know what I'm saying? But he's decent enough to win some games. And it's just sometimes like you got to move guys around with plays and creativity to get them open. And like I don't see that with the Ravens. Like predictable. Like if you want to run, you want to run the ball on first down and second down with the running back, then Lamar, and it doesn't stop on third down. They know you about to fucking pass. And then he's not the best passer in the world. Like he's not god awful. You know what I'm saying? He's not fucking Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? So he's average. He's an average thrower. So it's like, yeah, I need to see more from the OC. So the only way I would give him another shot is if they go get another number one wide receiver.
All right, so you disagreeing over there. Hold on, Jordan. So you disagreeing, Toby. So what you think about? Should they fire the OC? The
I
Lamar's
don't think
fault?
they should fire the OC. Lamar has to take blame. I mean, he doesn't do it in the playoffs. Like this is how many years in a row now? The passing yards are not there. He's just not doing it. I'm not going to blame the offensive. I'm not going to blame the offensive coordinator because the man
they run the same play every fucking game.
And
He
they
chooses
run the
who he
same
throws
plays
to,
because of Lamar. I mean, he's limited when it comes to certain things. You can just tell. So I mean, if you want to get him a number one wide receiver, let's see if that changes things. I feel like if you get him a number one wide receiver and things, you still then you're gonna blame the offensive coordinator. That you're gonna go back and blame him again. Well, we already got the number one wide receiver. Do something. Be better. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. He has to take
But
responsibility.
he's
3
not
years
that.
now. 3 years now. 3 years in a row, he's been clamped basically. Every 3 years.
Bro, if you're him, right? Okay, so their only receiving threat is their tight end, Mark Andrews.
What about they have the dude Hollywood Brown?
So like he's not that bad of a thrower, but you need a guy who can just maybe just go up and get it, a better catch radius, can catch some of the 50-50 passes, back shoulder shit, all that. But with that being said, like this team just last year was like one of the best offenses in the league with the same wide receivers.
Yeah, and then when they got to the playoffs,
right?
bro,
But
So what's the problem?
They're the same thing.
What's the problem?
Okay, I'll get to mine last. Jeff, what do you think? Should they fire the OC or is it Lamar's fault? What do you think they should do?
Was this the OC that created this revolutionary, innovative offense that they was supposed to have been running in the last couple of years?
I mean, he's been running it since San Francisco. He's been running this offense for a long time.
Right. I mean, yeah, right.
All right, so cool. So then, why would they fire him? I mean, I don't know. I just think they're looking for a scapegoat because they don't want to blame Lamar, and Lamar just isn't it. But Lamar could be better. To Jordan's point, if they bought in a number one wide receiver, like I've been saying all season, The young quarterbacks need a number one wide receiver. Mark Andrews is a good tight end because his numbers are high because he's the only tight end they have. But he ain't Kelsey. He ain't Kittle. Shit.
He's top 5.
He ain't Waller. Huh?
No, he's one of the. What are you talking about? He was hurt this year, but last year he made the Pro Bowl. His numbers were nice.
Last year. What about the year before that?
Bro, check his numbers. And then
All right, man. I don't think he been perennial Pro Bowler
like
actually. Like I don't.
he's
So
only been in the league
again,
for
like I
two- he's
said,
only been in the league for 2-3 years.
okay. So again, like I was saying,
Keep the OC, but Lamar.
get him a
needs
wide receiver.
Right.
Give him the wide receiver. All right, cool. That's fine. All teams should do that. That's the blueprint. That's the Buffalo Bills way. You see how that worked out? How that all tied in, 6 degrees of separation, bring us always back to the Bills anyway. And then they could, find an offensive coordinator. I don't think that was the option. I just think they need a scapegoat because Lamar's not that good. And
What's the
they
option?
don't
They've been
have the
talking about it for the
necessary
last couple of
tools.
days, so it actually might happen. But Ravi, what you think? Should they keep this offensive coordinator fault or Lamar's fault?
I mean, I don't think it's. I wouldn't blame the OC, especially since they had was it the greatest offense in NFL history or one of
Last year.
But
Yeah.
they need Hollywood Brown is okay. They need a good receiver, but honestly, it comes down to Lamar. Against the Titans, he was throwing the ball okay to the outside. Not the case
Sunday.
this weekend.
Right.
He's got to be better at throwing the ball to the outside. He's got to be better at, not that he's bad in the red zone anyway, but he's got to be better at throwing the ball in the end zone. And he's got to find the open guys. As good of a runner as he is, and that can win you games, it's not going to win you multiple games in the playoffs.
Yeah, so with that being said, my actual question, but I want to hear your thoughts on the OC was, will his style ever win a Super Bowl?
No, not the way it is right now.
Jordan?
It can because Colin Kaepernick got to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson's better.
Nope.
And on top of that, to what I said, what Ravi just pointed out about how they had the best offense in the league last year with the same players. Right. You came back this year doing the same shit. They caught on. Now, where's the different shit? Where's the creativity? Where's the adjustments? You're
right,
still running
but you can only create. Listen, I can only cook with the food you give me. So you can only create with Lamar's skill set. So I could be the greatest mind ever, but if he can't do it, how can I create stuff like that?
Because Lamar ain't the greatest mind ever either.
It just did it though. I mean, yeah, he got shut down in the playoffs, but to my point,
it was innovative because it was new.
There was no problem last year, right? So you need to find other ways. This ain't the pot in the pans. This is on the football field. They need a different way to get it done.
There are different routes on the play, right? And this is my thinking. I always say if a quarterback, they figure a quarterback out going to the one route he go to, he should go to the next route because they could run the same plays, just go in different directions. But if Lamar doesn't process the plays, the newer plays with the new wrinkles and the caveats, because he just doesn't look like he's a processing kind of guy. He looks like a running quarterback, which he is. And he won't last, and he won't win the Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say he won't. Hey, plenty of quarterbacks have caught on at a later end of their career. His passing has
a better passer. He ain't won a Super Bowl, but he can't.
But Randall Cunningham he had the cannon, and that's the difference with Colin Kaepernick too. Colin Kaepernick had a very strong arm. Lamar had no cannon.
Lamar Jackson
is stronger than Kaepernick or
not stronger than Kaepernick, but Lamar actually doesn't have a weak arm, bro. What?
I think Kaepernick was a better passer than Lamar. To be honest with you.
Yeah, my opinion, he definitely was a better passer.
He
definitely was a better passer.
Much better.
Definitely a better passer.
Much better.
Right. He was in San Francisco, bro.
Yo, you guys, I'm not
Ravi, right?
I'm done.
He was, yeah.
He was, right, Ravi? Oh,
I'm done.
But Tobi, when he won a Super Bowl, Lamar, his style, right?
Oh no, you're not gonna win. Not with this style. Not with this style. He has to become a better passer. Maybe if he could throw like Colin Kaepernick,
right?
Then maybe he'll get to the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah. Hold on. Y'all saying he's a better passer
We're gonna
He
go
was, bro.
these weak ass
Yo.
numbers.
I hate when they do this, right?
Oh, what I seen,
Y'all know
man.
this man, Colin Kaepernick, is a 60% passer of the football?
Bro, we know we saw, bro. He's a better
60%.
Oh,
60%.
I'm gonna go with the guy that
60%.
played in the bowl, man. I'm gonna go with the guy
60%.
that played in the bowl.
Bro,
Yes.
bro,
Me
this
too.
man had completion percentage years of 58, 59, 59. Are you shitting me?
Bro,
Bro,
I'm
y'all-
telling you. If you
Yo,
don't,
y'all
What does
can't-
yours look
I
like?
can't talk ball with y'all no
What
more.
did he throw for
Yo,
4,000?
I can't talk ball with y'all
Did he
no
throw
more.
for 4,000?
Bro, I can't
bro, he
talk
had
ball
some
with y'all no
crazy games, Kaepernick.
He
Remember the
never even
playoff
got
game
close to
against
4,000.
Remember the playoff game against the Packers?
Yo,
They threw for like
That game
300.
was crazy.
Crazy,
I
bro.
can't-
All over them motherfuckers.
I can't talk with y'all no more. Man.
Fine. He looked better
This
on
is
tape.
crazy.
The
He
eye
looks better
test
on
is what
film, bro. He
measures.
looks better.
This
Like,
is crazy.
he looks like a way better thrower.
It don't matter just because it looked better. Don't mean it's better. Y'all.
It was
tripping.
better. What
It
you talking
is.
about?
It is better,
They
bro.
went
I
to the
mean, you went to
chip.
the
It was
bowl.
better, bro.
Yo,
Like,
I'm gonna put this shit
Went to
on
the bowl,
Facebook. Mike,
bro.
hey Mike, I'm gonna put this shit on Facebook. Put this shit on Facebook.
Yeah, put it on Facebook,
We
though.
gonna watch the
Go
comments later because y'all smoking real dope. I'm gonna with y'all that.
All right. Well, you on your own on that one. I swear.
you're in the island.
You know I'm being your Facebook comments too, like I always have. So we're gonna move on forward.
I'm ready to put it up there right now.
Yeah.
Put it up there right now.
Moving forward, bro. All right, let's talk about the Chiefs and the Browns, man, and the thoughts on that game, and you know the Browns almost pulled it out, I guess, but thoughts on the game, and I mean that's not a lot to say really, but and Mahomes was moving forward after he got injured. So, Tobi, what you think about that, bro?
It was a good game. The Browns played tough. The one play that they had at the end of the half, when the dude reached in and like he fumbled the ball, that play was very costly. That was points that they could have stole at the end of the half. But the Browns, their first time in the playoffs in some years, they beat the Steelers the first round. Second round, they went down to a wire with Chiefs, even though it wasn't even though Patrick Mahomes got hurt, the defense, Chiefs defense played well enough to keep them out the end zone. I guess Baker didn't do enough at the end, to help his team prevail. But I mean, hopefully Patrick Mahomes comes back next week. I think they probably would have won by a little bit more if he finished the game. But hopefully come back next week. And the Chiefs are, they win all the close games. They don't blow everybody out, but at the end of the day, they win. And that's what happened. That's what the champs, as a Super Bowl, winner, that's what you do.
All right, Jeff, what do you think, man? Let's mix it up.
It was a good game. I was like, wow. Honestly, I'm a fan of upsets and hysteria. I was wanting the Browns to pull this one out. I was hoping, like, please pull this one out.
They ain't get the
But
ball back.
it was a close game. I know, but they did. Baker had some throws that were terrible, like in that last drive, and I think it was because he had pressure in his face. Like the Chiefs' defensive line was causing all havoc at the end. The whole defense. It's like when them Holmes went out, the defense just ignited, and they just went bananas, and they was really putting it down. And I think that's how they were able to stop the Browns on that last drive the Browns had. But it was a really good game. Mahomes 21 to 32, 55 a touchdown. That's actually pretty nice. That's not really that bad, but it isn't really Mahomes-esque. Sometimes we'll see him go 21 to 30 and go for like 342 and 3 touchdowns. So, he was moderate. I feel bad about the injury. You never want to see the superstar players go out of the game. Heck, I guess that's why players bargain for less practice, stuff like that. I mean, it was a concussion though, and those things happen. He a fearful guy, and he plays fearless. Um, and that's just how it works out. Sometimes you just get nicked up. Hope we'll be fine, but we'll find out soon.
Ravi, your thoughts on that game, bro?
I thought it was a great game. Probably one of the better ones of the weekend. And honestly, mad respect to the Browns. They were really in the dumpster for like the last 30 years. So it's good to see them winning. And I think they're going to be running they'll be back definitely.
I'm about to say, don't say nothing crazy, bro.
Don't, yeah.
No.
That's even crazy. Let's see another season of this.
Well,
at
we'll
least.
say going forward, I think they'll be the best in the AFC North. But that's a conversation
Fuck
for
outta
another
here.
day.
Wow.
But yeah,
Wow.
seriously, like that T Higgins fumble was such a mistake. That rule sucks too. Not a
Yeah.
fan of that rule.
That's dumb. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
You
come
lose
on.
too much.
So what do you think should
Ball?
happen then? What should happen then?
Yeah, like
You should still keep the ball at least.
They
It
should
shouldn't be a
I mean,
touchback.
they should
They
get
should
the
keep
ball.
the
you
ball.
Right,
fumbled
they
it.
should get. They
It's
should
like
get,
a
they should get the
safety.
ball like should be ball.
It's kind of weird.
Should be
It's
first and
it's kind
goal.
of
First and
weird.
goal on the one. That's
Right?
No, not first and
Nah,
goal on the.
First and
I
goal
don't
on
think
the
first and
no.
goal on the one.
Yeah,
You fumbled the ball out the back of the end zone. Nah, that's not.
Maybe on
Something
the
has to
20
be a
or
penalty
something.
for
bro, he
that.
They
got
should get it
cracked.
in the red zone.
Nah, this shouldn't be. It shouldn't go back to the other team.
Right,
It
right.
should go to the
That's
other
crazy.
team. Yeah.
It shouldn't go back to the.
I actually
If you,
love that
if you
rule.
don't want, if you don't want
That's
first
a
and
non
goal,
BB
They don't
from like the
recover. They don't
92
recover it.
10
They
yard
don't
line.
recover it.
Super Bowl.
If
I
you
know
want
they
to
don't
penalize
recover
him,
it. It goes
Yeah.
back to him. I love that rule. Honestly, I do.
It should
And
be
Andy Reid with
That's your
the big
penalty for not
stones
holding on
going
to the
for it
ball
on
close to the
4th
red
and
zone.
inches.
Like,
But what was that, Robbie? Go ahead, say it again.
Andy Reid with the big stones closing the game out on,
Yeah,
with
with
4th
Chad
and
Henne.
inches. That was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
But yeah, hopefully
he's Super
Mahomes
Bowl
can play
winning
this
champ.
weekend because it should be a great game. The AFC Championship should be fun.
All right. Jordan, what you think about that game?
I mean, it was cool to see the Browns, but let's not jump ahead of ourselves. Mahomes is 100% healthy. It's a blowout. It was a blowout. It was 19-3. It was gonna be. It was, and they were gonna. You know what I'm saying? It was gonna be a blowout. So.
Okay. Well, since Robbie mentioned it and said something crazy, what y'all think about the upside for the Browns moving forward, Jordan? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they can't, be contenders like every year, I think this is, they're stealing each year. As long as Patrick Mahomes is in the Chiefs uniform, this is everybody stealing every year. So they can get to, they can get to the divisional round, and maybe they'll.
You think they go with Baker moving forward though? No.
Yeah. I think he proved himself this year. I think
You could take them to the AFC Championship game easily.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think depending on their schedule, if they don't see the Chiefs,
you guys are haters, yo.
If they don't see the Chiefs,
Wow.
You'll never give credit to the Browns because you're Steelers fans.
No.
Take 'em to
That's
the
not it. But
Hold
you
up.
saying easily. You said easily.
bro,
like,
they're not, bro. As long as
AFC
Patrick
Championship
Mahomes
is 2 teams.
is in the NFL, nobody's winning.
Hold up. All right. Let me get Tobi's thoughts on the Browns and the upside. What do you think,
the
Toby?
Browns, I mean, they have a bright future. They have their quarterbacks and they have a lot of young pieces. But I mean, it's football. Every year is unpredictable to me. Anything can happen. I don't think they're going to the AFC Championship easily. Steelers, they're still in the division with Joe Burrow. He's coming up. You still got the Ravens and you still got the Steelers. Steelers might make a change at the quarterback. That's all they really need to make a change at. And, they'll be right back up there. I mean, the Steelers won the division this year. So talking about the Browns going to the championship game easily.
And a cupcake schedule,
right? I don't see that.
Both
I
did
don't see
though,
that
Ravi.
happening. So, I mean, yeah, they have a good future, but do I see them next year? Anything can happen next year. Next year they might be in the wild card round. Who knows?
Right, I was saying
They might not even make the playoffs. Who knows?
They could.
You can win the Super
playoffs
Bowl.
or not, because
Yeah,
they're not going to
the
the
Super Bowl. I'll put the bet.
Not going to the
They
Super
won't even get
That
to
wasn't
the
the question.
championship game.
They ain't been in the playoffs for the last 20 years. So for them, I'm just asking,
Right.
are they gonna have a good future, good upside? But
Yes.
Jeff, what you think, bro?
I think they could. A really important thing is going to happen, and that's with Odell. Like, all this winning is without Odell. Is he going to come in and fall in line, or he's still going to be Odell? Are they going to pay him this money after this type of injury? Like, there's a lot involved in that one player, and that's so crazy because it kind of brings down the success that they had this season. They did have a really good season. I love the dual backfield. As long as they got that, I think they definitely potential playoff contenders. For sure. As long as you got that dual backfield, and then you got a stud at defensive end at Garrett, he's going to only get better. The defense is all right. Baker's going to get better, hopefully, and I think Stefanski will mature, and they'll find more plays that they can make Baker better at because they got a lot out of him in that offense this year.
Yeah, also underrated. They had the number 1 ranked offensive line in the league. So I think that's something people don't talk
run
about.
like that.
But that'll definitely help them out moving forward and stuff like that. So I think they got a lot of upside. But Toby's right though. That division is murderer's row that they're in. You know what I mean? Steelers, Ravens, Joe Burrow's coming back. It's a lot. So it will be tough. But I think Baker did show me a lot, and they got to do something with him now, right? They got to pay him. So, but he in that same class with Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. He definitely the third best out of that group. So, but even though he did, even though he showed me a lot. All right.
You could make the case that he's better than Lamar for the playoff situations. He's a better thrower, at least.
He's a better thrower, definitely.
Easily is the dick is your on
What do
your
you think about that, Jordan?
your vocabulary today, huh?
Who's a better thrower, Lamar or Baker?
Yo, disrespecting.
Obviously,
Yo.
yeah, I was just Baker Mayfield, but
Baker. Okay.
Wow.
Who you want to start your franchise with? Baker Mayfield or Lamar Jackson?
If Lamar played like I played last year, I'll start Lamar.
I'm taking Lamar any day. He could throw them ducks. They ain't getting.
Wait. So who's better, Baker or Lamar?
Lamar.
Lamar.
Okay. But Baker has a better arm.
Way better arm.
Okay. Just asking.
Yeah.
Just checking. We clarifying for the record.
Baker's got a strong ass arm.
Baker's got a cannon. Like
he got a strong ass arm. Yeah, he can throw.
Yeah.
I think his height is a problem too. I think he in that small quarterback thing, man. You know, they got to throw passes certain ways to get around offensive linemen.
The cleats make him 6 foot. He's been doing it.
Nah.
The linemen don't.
He has that problem all the time. Players batting the ball down.
The linemen don't get no taller.
He has a
from
lot of
college
those.
to the NFL, bro. The linemen don't get no taller from college to the NFL. He won the Heisman in college, bro.
You said they do,
all
Jeff?
right, man. Offensive linemen?
No, the fuck they don't, bro.
Bro, they like 18, 19, bro. What you talking about? You think they done growing?
360 pounds. What are you talking about?
These niggas be growing, bro. And then on top of that, you gotta think about it.
Bro.
The college offensive line is those guys good enough to be in college. They're picking the biggest of the biggest pros when they come to the NFL.
Jeff,
this isn't just the dudes on your school.
Jeff, these niggas don't grow from going to college to the NFL, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, man. They probably do. An inch or two.
Hell no.
He said an inch or two? That's fucking a lot.
Yo, bro, they kids.
They are kids.
They gotta be still growing, bro.
They not kids, bro. Trust me.
How many years you gotta be in college before you go to the pros? What, 2?
3.
Bro,
No, 2.
Bro, why you think that, bro? So you think them jokers down there in Alabama getting bigger when they go to the league? Nah, they already that big, bro. What you
I think they might.
That's why they there.
Yeah,
they big as
They
hell.
might.
They big as shit.
Yeah, my dad was in the elevator with the O-line last year in Florida. Actually, he was like, "God damn, these dudes is big," shit like that. He wanted.
But no, what I'm saying is like this though. I'm saying like this. Like in college, like his offensive guard might have been 6'2", 6'3", hypothetically. But when he got to the pros and his professional guard, he might be 6'5", 6'6". So he has taller players at those positions. I'm not saying that they grow. I'm just saying, like, you get bigger players in the NFL because those are the best of the best and the biggest of the biggest.
Ain't no
Just
6'6"
saying, man.
guard, bro. Ain't no 6'6" guard.
Whoa, don't say it ain't no 6'6".
Nah, he went to Oklahoma, bro. He played the NFL players on his team and shit like that.
Yeah, bro. They all NFL.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying. I know there's taller
6'6",
players
you
at
ain't
every
playing
position
guard.
that probably come in. Huh?
Yeah.
I said at 6'6", you ain't playing guard.
I mean, if your tackle is 6'8" and your center is 6'4", your other guard is 6'5", 6'6", other tackle.
No, I see what you're saying, Jeff. But for him, he played with and against NFL players in college or whatever. Like his whole time. But
and we need to see if he had that same problem because I feel like.
But Drew Brees is short. Kyler's shorter than all of them, and he.
Russell
Drew Brees didn't pan out the first couple of years either.
He had an injury.
He was hurt, bro.
I think that was like towards the end, but he had some solid years. But he was short too.
They weren't that good though. They weren't that good. When they went to the Saints, he took off, and he ain't let off.
Bro, they had LaDainian Tomlinson. What you mean, my homeboy? They
weren't
definitely good enough.
bro.
Like
They weren't that good,
LaDainian
bro.
was getting like 30 touchdowns a season. Like
They wasn't doing
a little
shit.
bit exaggeration. They was getting to the playoffs, but they couldn't win.
I feel you, Jeff. I'm just saying, a lot of short quarterbacks. Even Russell Wilson ain't tall either, or whatever. I'm saying short quarterbacks can do it. But in that case, you probably think Colin never do it. He's short as shit or whatever. So, but
I wasn't sold on Colin at first.
He was at Oklahoma. Everybody told him.
Yeah. But anyway, moving forward, man.
10-step dropbacks.
Last game was the Packers versus the Rams. Packers won the game. Wasn't that exciting. I thought Rams defense played a little bit better myself. But what's your thoughts on the game, Jeff, and Aaron Rodgers and the Packers?
Man, what y'all? I told y'all, man. Told y'all a long time ago, man. Come on, man.
What you tell
Going
us?
to the chip, bro.
Okay.
Going to the chip, bro. The Packers is going to the chip. This dude is playing lights out, man. And I just looked like he only had 5 turnovers this season. And you know what's funny? He had 48 touchdowns. He almost threw 50 touchdowns. Like,
Mhm.
like, come on, man. Outstanding. And look, that running back duo, boy, that thing dangerous, man.
Yeah.
Them two bulls is dangerous, man. You start getting Jones going, and then you hit him back with Jamal Williams. It's crazy. The scheme is outstanding. They got Devontae. You know he gonna get busy. You know, and they even have other players. They always have one player make that one splash highlight play. Like sometimes it'll be Vasquez. Sometimes it'll be, it'll be somebody just had that splash play. They got the formula. They might win it all, man. Don't let this Mahomes thing be serious. If this Mahomes thing is anything a little bit longer than just one game, Packers gonna win it all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
They beat the
hoping it's
Rams. The
not
Ram. Excuse
because
me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. The Rams, no offense. Like Goff looked terrible. You know that thumb. He just had the surgery on it. It doesn't look good. They had no other options. It just was what it was.
yeah, I'm hoping they don't. Mahomes is back. If they do both go, I want to see a great game. I don't want to see anybody injured. But I feel what you're saying. His name is Valdez Scantling, by the way, not Vasquez. But
Okay.
but
You know who I was.
Jordan,
You know I got you.
but
Spell check.
but Jordan, what you thought about the game, bro?
The Packers game.
Yeah, Packers Rams.
I mean, I was actually a little shocked. I thought the defense would play a little bit better. I thought Rams defense would play a little bit better, but Donald was banged up. He didn't really make a difference. And gotta give a shout out to their coach. They kind of made him like not really a factor in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like his side or really running. I mean, I did see it a couple times when they ran right at him, double teamed, and he wasn't 100%. So just gotta give an all around job to the coaching as well. Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying?
I thought that I'll let you go. Robbie, what you thought about the game, Robbie?
It was pretty boring, I thought.
Me too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think that was as good as the Packers could have played. Like Aaron Jones was okay. I think he had like 100 yards, but he had that big 60-yard run, so like he really didn't dominate. Rodgers, I think he played okay. Like he could have easily dropped 500 on him. But I think they'll improve, and it should be a much better game this week against the Bucks. But
Maybe it was boring, but they did what they needed to do. Like
yeah, they did what they needed to
Jones
do, and they
was
did it.
14
They did
for
it comfortably.
99 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Williams was 12 for 65. Rodgers had 296 and a touchdown. No picks. Let's keep thinking.
No picks, no turnovers. Like they're a good
No
team, and their
sacks,
defense
nothing.
is good enough to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And even win the Super Bowl. Especially with the way that.
All right, wake up, Tobi. What you got, man? What you think about the game, bro?
That game, I expected the Packers to win that game. But I was surprised by how, Aaron Rodgers, they put up 32 points on the best defense in the league. That was surprising. But Aaron Donald was hurt, his ribs. So that was a big injury. All you have to do is double team him at this point and get him out the way. Because usually, even a double team, he could get through that. But he was injured. So that played in the hands of the Packers. I think Cooper Kupp didn't play either, I think. So that's just one weapon that Goff didn't have. Plus, he was hurt. So just like the Packers, it was their game. It was going to be an easy victory. Next week is their real test.
Yeah, I think so. So I think Aaron Donald only played 55% of the snaps. So he only played about 85% of the snaps. So that was big in the trenches. I thought Jalen Ramsey did a decent job on Devontae, to be honest with you. But on that touchdown, they definitely schemed Devontae open. And Ramsey was mad as hell and shit on that one. But
that's what they always do, though. They always scheme.
Well, you did on Ramsey's fault?
What on that? No. On the touchdown?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's his fault. But I think Devontae was giving some action.
But he only had 66 yards or whatever.
Oh,
like
I know. There's a couple plays.
But that's 4 catches for 66 yards. That's a lot.
Right.
That's 20 yards a catch. Well,
I'm like, ew. I'm like
like 17, 18.
I'm about to say, Huh?
Some of them routes, bro. I'm looking at some of them routes. I'm like, yeah, beat him. Like you.
But Devontae puts up like 100, averages 118 a game. So
I know.
he was about half the
But
average. You didn't
it
do
was
the
a team game. It was a team win this week.
Right, yeah. But I feel what you're saying.
Lazard got off.
Valdez
Jones got
Scantling.
his touchdown.
I got it.
Yeah, Valdez Scantling.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right. I
But-
got you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Are we? Oh, go ahead, Mike.
No. So, but it was a boring game out there. I think this week is the week to really, this is the week to really see what's going to happen and stuff like that with the Packers. Hopefully, for them, they didn't get too bored and they ready to play against the Bucks and didn't look past them and whatnot. But speaking of that, we're on to the last part of the show. We're going to pick this week, and this week we're going to pick the game and the score to see who can come closest. Give it a little, because not that many games to pick or whatever like that.
I
Yeah,
got
let's
you.
to it. So, Jeff, since you got me, let's start with you. Let's start with the Packers and Bucks. We just talk about them.
I got the
winner
Packers and
the score.
all right. I got the Packers winning the game. 27-24.
Okay. All right. Jordan.
This is gonna surprise y'all because my original pick truly was Packers, but I really like the Bucks defense and just Brady being Brady. I kind of like the same score with Jeff, but I like the Bucks winning. Honestly, I like the Bucks 27-24.
All right, Robbie, what you got?
I'm with Jordan. I think the Bucks are gonna take care of business and get the win in Lambeau. We'll go 33-24.
Okay. And Toby, what you got?
I got the Bucks winning the game 31-28.
Wow, everybody got a real close game.
That's a nice score.
Robbie, what'd you say? 33-24, right, Robbie? You said?
Yeah.
So only Jeff got the Packers so far. And I'm gonna roll with Jeff, man. I just think the Packers are rolling. I think they're a better team, honestly, overall. And I still stick to it. No team has ever played a Super Bowl in their hometown, and I'm sticking with that too. So,
bro, if anybody's gonna do it, bro, it's gonna be Tom Brady, though.
Nah. It's Aaron Rodgers' year,
like, bro.
He having that magical year.
I trust Tom Brady. I don't care what magical year Aaron Rodgers is having. I trust Tom Brady over.
Yo, imagine that, and it's during a COVID
Monday
year.
through Sunday.
I know, right, Robbie? That's crazy, right?
Go.
I know, that's horrible. Like, imagine how the town would be if that did happen without COVID. Like, that would be ridiculous.
Like, bro, I trust Brady over Rodgers Monday through Sunday, bro. I don't care how old Tom Brady.
That's interesting.
I don't care how old.
I got the Packers 32-23, I'm gonna say.
I like that score.
Okay. So then for the AFC, so I guess we're just gonna go with the predator that Pat is gonna play, right?
Yeah.
You good?
He gonna play.
We're gonna go Pat. All right, cool. If we're going AFC, I got the Chiefs. 31-20.
All right. Jordan, what you got?
I got the Chiefs. I'm gonna give him a little bit. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I say 26-20.
Chiefs 26-20. Ravi, what you got?
I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs too, and I'll go 27-10.
Wow. Ravi got blowout. Okay.
I like the Bills though. I mean, they had a great season, but it's end of the road for them.
Okay. Toby, what you got?
I'm gonna say the Chiefs 28-20.
Okay. And I'm gonna go with the Chiefs too. It's unanimous. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, and I feel like they've been a little shaky to me, so I'm gonna go 24-13 for me. So, no, you know what? I don't think they can hold down the. No, but I'm sorry. Let me change it a little bit.
Well, you got one job, man.
I know. I don't think they can hold down the Bills' offense that much. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Actually, 28-19. So I switched up a little bit.
28-19.
Yeah.
You might just
Wait,
28.
what you say, Toby? I forgot. I'm my fault.
I said 28-20, I think.
All right, I'm writing these down. I'm not texting. I'm writing these down for So next week we'll know who picked what or whatever. So we can go with that. But anyway, that's the end of the show, fellas. Unless you got anything else you want to say or bring out about the coaching, the playoffs, the Super Bowl, anything else you guys got to say? Any thoughts or anything like that?
Listen, man. I ain't got shit. All I gotta know is, look, that Kaepernick and Lamar shit, y'all are fucking smoking. Look,
Bro, you're the only one who thinks that, bro.
This guy's got 2 full years as a starter, as the starter. Throwing the ball. Listen, throwing the ball. This is throwing the ball with the same OC. This is the same. It's Mike.
Bro, literally.
Mike.
Hold on.
Different league. It's a different league.
Hold on. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Literally,
it's the same offense with Crabtree. Right? Who else was the other wide receiver they had? Crabtree. Who else?
Torrey Smith.
Before you say something,
Torrey Smith.
Hold on.
Look, who else they had? Anquan.
Hold on. Watch how I get him real quick. You the same dude when we talked about Lamar being top 5 last year and we talked about his percentage passing. You was like, he throwing nothing but dink and ducks. He ain't doing nothing or whatever. You the same guy.
I'm about to show you this shit. So,
yo, I'm out of here, fellas.
All right, Jeff. You know what? Hold on, Jeff. Hold on.
You gonna hear this?
Hold on. Let me stop the show. Yeah, that's our show. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you all next week.